Yo, Ryan here. So today I'll be continuing What If Naruto Had the Namikaze Dojutsu Part 3. So let's begin. We start with Naruto POV. My head. I barely whisper out, altering the people in the room. I am awake. Naruto, you finally woke up. A mysterious voice calls out. Who's there? I say, trying to sit up, only for sharp pain to shoot through my skull. I scream in pain. Easy, you must rest. You are suffering from extreme chakra exhaustion. The voice calls out. It seemed familiar. I try to open my eyes with some success in doing so. I see both Iruka sensei and Gigi standing over me. I quickly close my eyes to end the strain of keeping them open. I'm sorry for stealing the scroll of sealing, Gigi. Mizuki's sensei said I could pass the exam and become a genin if I did. I apologized for the incident that occurred. When did it occur? Gigi, how long have I been asleep? Just a few hours. You should be good to go in a little bit after one last dose of medicine and final evaluation. I not understanding what had happened. Naruto? Yes, Iruka sensei? He is probably gonna scold me again. I want to tell you that with your extreme skill in producing so many shadow clones last night, I as well as the Hokage-sama have decided you have shown enough skill to graduate. Congratulations, Naruto. Iruka finishes. I passed? I shut up, ignoring all the pain surprising both Iruka sensei and Gigi. Naruto, lay down and rest. Iruka screams. Sorry, I'm just happy that I'm a ninja now. That's Hibayo. I say, unable to control my excitement. That is alright, just meet at the academy at 2 to receive your new team. With that, everyone left to rest. I sat there thinking about what all happened last night. I remember just before I passed out, Iruka stared at me in shock. I bet he didn't accept all those shadow clones. Then there was the weird dream I had with that big fox looking thing. That wasn't a dream, kid. I screamed, falling off the bed. Who's there? Stop screaming, kid. Us fox have sensitive ears, shouted the resident fox in my head. Alright, I get it. And stop talking out loud, people will think you're crazy. Then how will I talk to you? I'm in your head. If you just think of what you want to say, and I will hear it. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, kid. I need to talk to you about something that happened last night, Kurama said, in kinda concerned. Look, kid, this isn't easy to say, and I know you just found out about me and stuff, so it's kinda rough, but in order to tell you what truly happened last night, Kurama trailed off thinking. I sit in my mindscape for a while, waiting for Kurama to continue. Look, you are gonna want to talk to the old man about what happened that night I attacked the village, Kurama said, adding air quotes to the words attacked. What does that have to do with the last night? Just do it and allow me to fill in any gaps he leaves out, but you have to trust me to force it out of him. I don't want to be the one to tell you it is not my right, especially when that masked man ripped me off from your Kei-san. Kei-san? You know, who my mother? Who is she? The yelling kid. What did I say about the yelling? I shouldn't be the one to tell you about your family. It should be the old geezer you call Hokage. Okay, I will ask Gigi when I'm discharged. So now, time skip. The nurses treated me terribly during my final evaluation. I feel completely fine and they keep holding me. It is almost time for me to be at the academy too. Stop, you are not allowed to leave. You are a threat to the village, one nurse said, while the other smirked. Oh no, Kurama, there's anything I can do to get out of this? Yeah, there is. Hold on a minute. Soon some red chakra started to flow around me. I'm guessing this is why, or my cue to demand them to let me leave. I'm leaving, you cannot stop me. A mixed voice of Kurama shouts at the nurses, scaring the piss out of them as they moved aside. Time skip. It took me a little longer than usual to get to the academy because of my injuries still hurting a bit. I walk into where Iruka told me to meet my new team, and I see those in class that I have passed. Hey Naruto, what are you doing here? This is the only for people who passed, Kiba yells. I flash my headband at him without saying anything. It is too bothersome to start a fight, you know what? I think I'm starting to sound like Shikamaru. I take my seat next to Brody Uchiha, who think he's better than anyone else. That is when I feel the ground shaking and two annoying banshees scream their heads off. I cover my ears for me, but also for Kurama, protecting both of our hearing as best as I can. First they both screams, only to get into arguments about who was there first until they notice me next to their love. Naruto baka, move, I want to sit next to Sasuke-kun. Sakura screams louder. Yeah, move so I can sit next to him, not billboard bro. Screech Ino. Fine, but you will to stop screaming, some people have sensitive ears. I say, pointing at Kiba and Akimaru, who silently thanked me. In truth, I meant Kurama, not dog breath. I got up, leaving the Uchiha to glare daggers at me because I was his last defense. I get up, noticing the only seat is next to Hyuga higher, so I gladly take it. At least she treats me like a human. Hey, Hinata-chan, I say to her, getting her attention, only for her face to get red. Is she sick? As the QB started to laugh, you really are that dense, Kurama says between laughs. What is that supposed to mean, you furball? Wash it, brat. You are on thin ice for that one. I start laughing and said, oh, come on, Kurama. It was only a joke. As I talk with Kurama a bit, I see Uraka-sensei enter the room. Quiet down. Now, once again, congratulations on passing. You will all be split into teams for 3 plus 1 Jonin Sensei. Any questions? Uraka-sensei said, getting right to the point. Good, team 1, and then I zoned out for until I hear my name. Team 7, Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, and Hinata Hyuga. Your Jonin Sensei is Kakashi Hatake. Uraka says, yes, I get to be with Hinata-chan. I don't pay attention to the rest of the team relay because I feel no need to. So time skip plus no one point of view. We have been waiting for Kakashi sensei for how long now? Like 3 hours? Naruto says, impatient as ever. The classic noise of the Uchiha is heard. Is that the only noise he can make? Both Hinata and Naruto think. Well, Naruto-kun, he could have been on a mission or something. Hinata says, barely stuttering. Yo, they hear like a voice. From the front of the class, they turn to see a man with the embossed-like sandals, bandages wrapped around both of his ankle, emboss-style pants with a kunai holden on his right hip. He is also wearing typical Jonin jacket with a dark blue long-sleeve shirt underneath with Uzumaki swirl on his left shoulder. The most identifiable part of the guy is his gravity-defying silver hair, the mask covering his nose and mouth, then the Hittite covering his left eye. My first opinion for you, he poses eyeing his new team, has a little promise for success. All three crash to the ground in shock, not accepting that theoretical gut punch. Meet me on the roof in 1 minute and don't be late or else. With that, the man shanshin away, leaving a few leaves where he once stood. Time skip. Alright, let's get this over with. Introduce yourselves, the man says once again. Who shall we start with? Kakashi sensei, Naruto asks. Thanks for volunteering, Kakashi says with an eye smile. Okay, well, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, my friends, no matter how little I have. I dislike the time it takes for ramen to cool down after heating it. I enjoy training and my dream is to become Hokage someday. Okay, Brody, you're next, their sensei said, mentioning to the last Uchiha. There is nothing that I partially like and dislike many things. I enjoy training and become stronger, and my dream is more of an inevitably than a dream, but it is to kill such a someone. Okay, next, Kakashi says, sweat drops at Sasuke. Description. I am Hinata Hyuga. I like my friends and my family. I dislike perverts and traitors. I enjoy flower pressing and being with my Imoto Hanabi. My dream is to become strong Kunoichi, have a loving family, and to remove the birdcage seal from my family. Interesting, Kakashi thought. Well then, meet me at the training ground 7 at 7 AM. There you will be having to test to see if you really are worthy to begin in. Oh, and suggest not eating breakfast unless you want to hurl it up back up. With that, Kakashi swirled away with another shanshin. We see the 3 newly appointed genin start to worry a bit until they all disperse. Hinata head home to train as Sasuke does the same thing. Naruto, however, is making his way to the Hokage Tower to speak with the Sundame about his family. Now another time skip. Once Naruto enters the tower, he barges into the Hokage office only to see his new sensei, who he can only assume to be sensei of the other teams. Oh, sorry for interrupting, I will wait outside, Naruto says, chuckling a bit at eagerness to learn of his family. Naruto waits until the sensei leaves beside Kakashi. He can't wait any longer. GG, Naruto shouts startling the two people in the room. Naruto, I am in the middle of something. Naruto is just standing in the center of of the room. All eyes are on him as his hair blocks his view. Who are my parents, Gigi? No, Hokage-sama. Naruto says, not calling the old man Hokage Gigi in order to show his seriousness. I told you, Naruto, they died during the Kyuubi attack. That is not what I asked, Hokage-sama. I asked who my parents were, not how they died. Horizon knew that he couldn't dodge the question forever. Naruto, this is a very serious matter. I do not think you are old enough. What? I'm not old enough to know who my parents are. Too young to know who the woman was that brought me into this world. Too young to know the man that protected my Kei-san while she was pregnant with me. I just want to know who my parents are, and if you don't tell me, I will force it out of Kurama. Naruto had lost it a bit, and both Hiruzen and Kakashi are shocked by the boy's response. Naruto, who is Kurama? Hiruzen asked. Kurama is the Kyuubi and is the only thing that is willing to give me my answer. But he told me to come to talk to you first because he said it wasn't his secret to tell. Kyuubi? Kakashi stuttered. Naruto, you are talking to the Kyuubi? Yes, Hokage-sama. Now just who are my parents? Naruto says, holding back his pent-up rage. You really aren't taking no for an answer, are you? Very well. Your mother was one of the strongest kunoichi in Konoha, the scariest too. Her name was Kushina Uzumaki, aka the red hot-blooded habanero. Your father was the greatest there ever was. He fought gallantly in the third great shinobi war, securing our victory. His name was Minato Namikaze, aka the yellow flash of Konoha, and my successor, the Yondame Hokage. The Yondame is my father? I was frozen in place, not knowing what to say. I am the son of my idol, and my idol is my father? Naruto, are you alright? Gigi asked, bringing me out of my thoughts. Yeah, I'm alright, Gigi, just thinking a bit. Wait, does that mean that I am Namikaze? Also, does that mean I could get that dojutsu from them? I shocked, realizing my bloodline could have a unique ability no one has seen in a long time. Yes, Naruto, it is possible for you to unlock these eyes. As a matter of fact, Iruka has told me that your dojutsu has already manifested itself. What? How do I use it? When did I use it? When Mizuki told you to seal the scroll of sealing from him. It just happened when you were in the forest. As for how you use it, there's no one alive has ever seen such a Kege Genkai, as the Namikaze clan was nearly destroyed during the time of warring clans. Kate, I'll tell you how to use it later, okay? As that, I thanked Gigi and said goodbye to Kakashi Sensei, who was standing there, awestruck that the boy is his sensei's son. After I leave Gigi's office, I make my way to the training ground 7 to train my dojutsu with the help of Kurama. Timeskip. What do you mean that not how it works, you fuzzball? It is just as I said, you cannot use the eyes to train alone. Look, let's go over this again. Your dojutsu allow you to gain affinity toward the 5 main elements, but with me you will be able to copy the other minor elements such as ice, dust, wood, even bone release. Just you need to see this person use one of their element jutsu with your dojutsu activated. That is what we will train today, is you activating it and keeping it active. Okay, what do I have to do? Since you have already unlocked it, you have felt enough sorrow and sadness in one moment, so all you need to do is channel chakra in your eyes, if you even can control your chakra that well. Alright, I got this, just you watch. That Tibayo. I try to channel chakra into my eyes and nothing happened. I try again only to fail. This process repeats for another 10 minutes. Hey, what's gives? Why isn't this working? I will guess your chakra control is terrible, but you should call it a night. You will still have that test tomorrow. Oh, and I would eat if I were you. You are going to need all the strength you can get. Fine. I will get to bed, you damn fox. Time skip plus no one point of view. Naruto arrives in the training ground, seeing Sasuke holding up his brooding demeanor, and Hinata is all the side not really doing anything. Hey Hinata-chan, Naruto greets the shy girl. Hinata screams, being dragged out of her thoughts about certain blonde boy by her said, Sorry Hinata-chan, I didn't mean to scare you, it's nothing really. Hinata grew a slight blush on her face. Hey, I brought you some apples, I was wondering if you want one. But Kakashi-sensei said not to eat. Well, Hinata-chan, if I am right, Kakashi-sensei won't be here for another 2.5 hours, so he is late everything lower than A or S rank mission. Hinata hesitantly take the apple and thanks Naruto as the blonde make his way to offer Sasuke an apple as well. Hey Timmy, want an apple? And we can hear, was the only response Naruto received. Look, I'm not about to have you not take this test in weakened state. I know you, and I know that you love being the strongest. Unlike you, I actually ate a nice breakfast this morning, so I maybe will be doing better than you in the test. Give it, Sasuke said, demanding an apple. Nope, not until the attitude drops a bit and you ask nicely, hoping that the Uchiha will fall for the thought of Naruto being stronger would make him take the apple. Naruto want to help Sasuke out of his brody power hungry self. The Uchiha sided and politely asked for the apple. Naruto obliged, tossing him one. He then walked back to Hinata to try and start conversation. However, after a few shared word, she fainted. Time skip. Yo, one very late sensei said to his team, waiting for them to yell and whine only to receive no such a thing. Did they at least listen to me about eating? Well, I hope you guys didn't eat like I asked you to do. Kakashi expected there to be loud growls coming from the beginning to be only to hear none. I guess not, Kakashi thought, hell proud and hell disappointed in him. Well, then for today's test you will have to take this from me. If you want to take the bell, you will pass. Kakashi holds up 2 bells in front of his team, looking to see what they do. But since there are 3 of us and only 2 bells, how will we all pass? Hinata asked, barely stuttering. Very simple, Kakashi said, and I smiled before it turned into serious glare. All 3 of you won't pass. For the person who doesn't get the bell, they will be sent back to the academy. The 3 genin all stared to worry about passing. They heard too busy in their thought to realize Kakashi has started the test. They all jumped away. Naruto jumped into the bush. Hinata hid behind the tree, and Sasuke, unknown to him, was in the same bush as Naruto. Hey Timmy, let's team up with Hinata. I think the test has more to it than the bells. Why would I want to team up with you? Dope, you get lost. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. We have both had it bad in our lives, so we are similar. If you keep this brody bullshit up and just gonna make you weak, you can have to be strong for other rather than this running solo act. We are a team, so be part of it and let's pass this test. Sasuke was shocked at what Naruto had said to him. He knew that the boy was treated poorly by the entire village. This, however, was not like the dumb prankster he used to know. Fine, even though I don't like it, I think you're right. At that, they both jumped away from the bush to look for Hinata. Hinata was currently running from Kakashi, knowing she could not take a jonin on alone. She saw a glimpse of orange and in the corner of her eyes. Thinking it was Naruto, she rushed to her assumption was correct. It was Naruto. Naruto-kun? She said, looking at the bloody body. I think Sensei took this too far, said the dying Naruto. No, this is not real Kai. Hinata screamed, releasing the genjutsu. She's so in seeing that real Naruto and Sasuke approaching her. Hey there you are, Hinata-chan. How about we team up? There's no way any of us will get the bells by ourselves. Kakashi Sensei is a jonin and ex-Embu at that. The two looked surprised at the newly learned knowledge that their sensei is an ex-Ambu. How do you know that, Dob? Well, since I was young, I almost always be able to sense someone's chakra, and not one chakra signature is the same as another. Family can be close, but only close, not identical. When we first met, Kakashi sensei felt the same chakra I felt when he saved me when I was younger from the villagers. Naruto had sunk in shame from his weakness as Kakashi watched over the group. A censor? A censor? Kakashi thought excitedly for his team to be, as they had all agreed to work together. We need to make a plan. Also, we need to move. Kakashi sensei is still close by, and I can't pinpoint him right now, but I can feel him. The three genin dashed away as Kakashi indulged himself into his favorite book, wondering what kind of plan the three will come up with. So time skip. There is the plan. Any question? Naruto asked. Yeah, why does the plan suck, Dob? Well, I don't see you making a plan, Timmy. Fine, let's get this over with. The three of them make their way to the edge of the opening. Kakashi is standing in when Naruto jumps in front of his sensei. Well, if it isn't the village prankster Naruto Uzumaki, what could you all have possibly planned? Kakashi says with a little smirk, trying to rile the boy up. I have the perfect jutsu for you, you pervert, Naruto shouts as he put his hand to the tiger seal and said, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. And that is the jutsu you plan to use to beat me? You plan to overwhelm me in numbers? Kakashi said criticizing Naruto's plan. All of Naruto rushed while flashing the hand seal ram. Sexy jutsu. Kakashi questioned what Naruto meant by the smoke-filled area when it disappeared. Kakashi gazed upon the barely clothed woman in front of him, their personalities hidden behind the clouds of smoke. Look underneath, Kakashi thought, realizing Naruto called him a pervert earlier. His nose bleeds so much that not even his mask could hide it. Due to the distraction, Naruto caused Sasuke and Hinata both to charge in dealing with their own strikes. Hinata gave Kakashi a joking strike to both arms, closing his chakra points as Sasuke used the small fireball jutsu to finish the job. Naruto was then able to grab the bells from their sensei and finish the test. At that, that is what they thought. However, as just Kakashi they were fighting pulled away, as well as the bell in Naruto's hand. They looked around, seeing the real Kakashi walking out of the wood with what seemed to be new mask. Kage Bunshin. The three genin stated, realizing they had just failed the test and would have sent back to the academy. Well, you all failed capturing the bells in time I gave you, so their heads all dropped in shame, not just themselves but for their family's sake. You all pass. They all, the three genin, shout, wondering how exactly they had passed. The real test was not to get the bells, the real test was to see if you all would work as a team. The bells were a way to pin you against one another, it was a rust that one of you being sent to the academy was made up to further draw the examinees away from teamwork. Therefore, because of your teamwork, I have decided that you, Hinata, Hyuga, Sasuke, Uchiha, and Naruto Uzumaki may have the will of fire lead you three to long safe lives as a shinobi. The 2 or 3 newly appointed genins cheers while the last just smile. That being said, we will meet at the bridge over there every morning to start your training as well as partaking in D-rank missions. With that said, the four all got to Ichiraku to celebrate. With that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So I hope this will be much longer than the previous episode, and bro, I'm really started to hating myself for not being able to post daily and reviving this channel, but we're gonna make it someday. So see you soon, guys, and as I always say, don't forget to wash your hands, spend the time with the most precious people you have, and stay home, stay safe. And I really messed up my outro. So see you next video. Peace out. Bye bye.